Birds still aren't real. A brief field report on weaponized nonsense, aerial surveillance, and the proper care of your paranoia. Why we are still not debunking the birds. We begin with a confession. We know birds are real. We have seen them. Misjudge windows, steal fries, forget how to bird in high winds. But birds aren't real. Refuses to die, and this is interesting. It is satire with the half-life of uranium. Our job in mad scientist conspiracy is not to correct it, but to ask, what does a joke have to be touching for it to stay this sticky? Birds aren't real is not about feathers, it is about the fact that reality itself now feels like a prank played by badly funded interns. If someone can say with a straight face they replaced all the birds with drones, and the first feeling isn't impossible, but honestly that track, something upstream is broken. This issue is about that break. Feel the anatomy of a ridiculous theory. Take the basic conspiracy template. 1. There is a hidden power. 2. It controls the thing you see every day. 3. Only the enlightened know. 4. Everyone else is a sucker. Swapping birds, nothing else changes. That's the point. Birds aren't real. Is a parody skin stretched over a real skeleton. Hidden cower, everyday object. Birds, those sky potatoes with wings. Enlightened, people in on the joke. Suckers, everyday object. Birds, those sky potatoes with wings. Enlightened, people in on the joke. Suckers, everyone taking it literally. From the outside, it is comedy. From the inside, it is training. How to argue like a conspiracist. How to hold a deadpan while saying something deranged. How to form community around shared forbidden knowledge. We are not mocking this. We are taking note. Because any structure that can carry nonsense that well can carry other things too. Lab reports, surveillance, but make it feathery, the real world. Phones in pockets, cameras on corners, algorithms and ad servers, metadata sniffing your life like a bloodhound. No myth required, the infrastructure is public. If you know what to look up, that reality is terrifying, and worse, it is boring. There are no cloaks, there are terms of service, no layers, just data centers with pastel logos. Birds aren't real is what happens when terror and boredom make a baby. Instead of reading long policy PDFs, you get to imagine tiny cameras in beaks, recharging on telephone wires, black ops teams replacing robins in the night. Is that dumber than the truth? Absolutely. Is it emotionally clearer than surveillance capitalism? Also yes. Mad scientist conspiracy verdict. The more abstract your violation, the more cartoonish the story has to get before people can feel it. We are not laughing at the believers, we are documenting the emotional physics. '04 interview excerpt. Don't believe it, but I wear the shirt. So do you literally believe birds aren't real? No, I have a parakeet, man. Then why the birds aren't real hoodie? Because I don't have a hoodie that says our relationship to state and corporate surveillance is psychologically untenable and I'm coping poorly. Bit long. Exactly, the bird thing fits on cotton, there it is. Satire is the cheap portable way to wear a complex dread. Mad science genius conspiracy margin knows how to read a joke like a sinus when you encounter birds aren't real. Try this, one labeled a lie. This is factually wrong. Keep that clear, you need the baseline. Locate the wound. I ask what would have to be true about someone's experience of power, trust, and visibility for this joke to feel cathartic. Map the substitution, real anxiety. I'm constantly tracked by systems I don't understand. Joke proxy. They turn pigeons into robots. The proxy is easier to hate and easier to laugh at. Check institutional reflexes. Does an official source rush to debunk this? Panic about it. That's a measurement of its own insecurity. 5, don't stop at superiority. Even if you see the joke, don't just feel smarter. Feel curious, why did so many choose this joke now? Congratulations, you have just performed basic mad scientist conspiracy analysis without joining anything. Classify the ending. Why we keep the birds. We have discussed proposals to move on. Clouds aren't real. Stairs are surveillance. Clouds aren't real. Stairs are surveillance. Clouds aren't real. Clouds aren't real. Clouds aren't real. All amusing, none necessary. Birds are enough, they are the perfect hinge between the ancient and the hyper-modern. Creatures older than our myths, now imagined as components in a panoptic machine. The dissonance is the signal. As long as birds aren't real, can function as both a shirt joke and a half-remembered rumor. It remains a live instrument of how people metabolize being watched, of how institutions fail to speak plainly, of how absurdity sometimes tells the truth with a rubber beak.
We will retire the bit when reality becomes less implausible than the punchline. Until then we maintain the fall. Pace name, but still unreal. Symptomatic, ongoing recommendation. Do not debunk, observe, listen, then look up. Not for drones, but for how tired everyone has become of being prey.